Okay, we're here with Mathieu Corbeil, returning goaltender for the Sea Dogs, and it's the first sign-in day of training camp. Mathieu, tell me what the feeling is like. It's kind of hard to believe there's ice in and there's hockey players here at Harbour Station again.
Yeah, well, I mean, the summer was short, but I tried to get in as most as we can, and just excited to be back and see everyone again. I mean, we had lots of a good time last year, and to see everyone, it brings back memories and it's fun. So I'm excited to get it going. It's my first camp here. I've just been doing my camps in Halifax, so I'm kind of nervous to see what's ahead, but I'm excited too.
Tell us a little bit about your summer. It was a short summer, but you know, between Memorial Cup Championship and training camp, what have you been up to?
Just been working out. I took 1 week off when I got home, and then I was going to Columbus in 3 weeks, so I had to get back on the grind and get her going. So that's what I did, and I got back in the gym with everyone and started training again. And it was really hard because everyone had been training for 2 months, and I was trying to do the stuff they were, and I wasn't used to it. And during that whole week, I was so sore. But I guess that's what I had to go through to be the best that I can. And then I went to Columbus. That went well for a week, and then I took a little vacation down south to Dominican Republic, so that was fun. And then when I got back, just started training again, and been on the ice a couple of times, and now I'm here, so excited to keep it going.
So for this training camp, like you said, it's your first training camp here, being a guy who came in a trade last year. What are your goals personally for yourself in this training camp and this season?
Well, I know there's a lot of goaltenders here, and they all have something to improve, so obviously it's not different for me. I mean, even if you're a returning goaltender, everyone's going to be looking at you and comparing yourself to you. And I mean, it's like you take the team, like we were last year, we were the #1 team in the league, and every time another team would play against us, they'd bring out their best performance. So it was always a hard game to play against anyone. So that's what I think. I think it can be somewhat a comparison to that. Goalies might. I know that's what I used to do. I used to look at veteran goaltenders when I came in and try to maybe compare myself to them. But personally, I'm not going to compare myself to anyone. I mean, I know what I have to do and stop the puck. That's it. And just have fun.
For sure. Well, thanks a lot, Mathieu. Best of luck with your camp here and with Columbus.
Okay, thank you.
We'll be seeing lots of you this season. All right, Nathan White here for Sea Dogs TV. I'm with Sea Dogs goaltending coach Jim Fleming. And Jim, goalie is certainly one of the interesting positions here in training camp. We've got one returning goaltender in Mathieu Corbeil, and 5 guys here, you know, battling for a spot in training camp. What were your thoughts on your early looks at the goalies here on the first day of training camp?
Well, obviously, Nathan, with Mathieu Corbeil returning and the seasoned guy and an NHL draft pick, he's the odds-on favorite to carry the ball for us this year. But we're pretty happy with the other 5 guys in camp. We said inside in the coaches' room, this is probably our strongest field of goalies we've ever had. So they're all out there competing. They all bring something different to the table, a little bit of experience, some size, agility, and I think it'll be very interesting for the folks to come and watch.
So what do you as a goaltending coach at this early stage try to look for or work with these guys on? What's sort of your plan of attack here early in training camp with the goalies?
Well, obviously there's a need for some fundamental skills. I mean, they have to have the basis. At this level, we don't have the time or the the ability to work with them if they're really, really lacking something. But these guys are all solid. Then we want to look, and our team this year should be pretty solid, pretty strong, like we were last year. So we need a goalie that's not going to cause us any problems as far as poor rebound control, taking too many chances with the puck. Both last year, Jake and Mathieu were very good in that regard. They didn't give up the soft goals. They didn't give up the backbreakers. When the team was battling back, especially through the playoffs and the stretch, you saw that. So good puck handling, good positional awareness, and reading the play. So we just want guys that aren't going to cause problems and create chances for the other team. That's the big thing.
So we talked with Mathieu about he'll be away at his Columbus training camp, and other NHL prospects will be at their camps. How do you think that situation's going to play out for the guys, especially with the goaltending position?
Well, I mean, we expect there to be some nerves. That's obvious. These guys are playing for a chance to pick up a position on the defending Memorial Cup champion, and that's not dog food. So they're going to. We expect them to be nervous, and we expect with some of the guys coming into camp that are very young, they're going to have a mulligan. They're going to have a few mistakes, but after that, the ball is there. They have to pick it up and carry it because, two of these guys are going to have to carry the ball first in our first few games. And we're going to need somebody here that is a backup to Mathieu, that will challenge Mathieu. And, if the hockey gods forbid, but something happens to him, he gets hurt or gets sick, they're going to have to be able to be a very strong guy and carry this team deep into the playoffs.
And just give me your thoughts, Jim. You've been here as goaltending coach for a long time. I mean, how have you seen this organization evolve? I think this is your 7th training camp now.
That's right.
Just tell me how you've seen this organization evolve from an expansion team to now you're coming into a training camp as defending Memorial Cup champions.
Well, you can see it on the ice, Nathan. There's a bit of a swagger with the players. And, we've been on the ice now for an hour this morning. The core of our group that's back, and obviously we're missing a lot of players here, top-end players, but there's a real air of confidence, and there's also a lot of leadership, and that's what folks don't see sometimes. They think it's all about skill. It's about that leadership and the chemistry, and this is a whole different atmosphere here this year. We had a lot of confidence last year after the run the year before, but this year, we are the big dogs, and we intend to be the big dogs all year and hopefully end up late in June or May and June again. That's what the goal is.
Great. Well, thanks a lot, Jim Fleming, goaltending coach for the St. John Sea Dogs. This is Nathan White for Sea Dogs TV.